All right. We have a new look today. Todd's going to be teaching us something. But before we do that, we should do an introduction. So I am professional Scrum trainer Ryan Ripley, the guy below me this time.
Whoa. What's up, dude?
What's up, babe?
How's it going?
Hey,
Hello.
Todd. That's Todd Miller. We are trainers with Scrum.org, owners of the Agile for Humans training company. I think that's good enough. Co-authors of Fixing Your Scrum, Practical Solutions to Common Scrum Problems. Today, we're here to answer one of your questions. More specifically, what is an increment in Scrum? And so this has always been difficult to really talk about. Once you get it, and your brain locks in. But up until that point, it's kind of weird. Wouldn't you say, Todd?
Yeah, I think so. And that's why we thought we would do a little bit of a visual and talk a little bit about, and this is also a little bit of mechanics about how Scrum works, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, let's do it. I'm going to get rid of the talking heads and let Todd take it away.
All right. So I think an important aspect to put up here that we didn't have labeled is that this is the product owner, and that we're going to say that these are the developers, and that this is the Scrum Master. I should have put that in there in advance, Ryan, but we'll roll with it.
It looks
and
good.
So, yeah, thanks. So, sprint just ended, and we're together, the Scrum team's together, product owner, Scrum Master, developers in a room or in a Zoom, and they're in sprint planning. And the developers, the product owner, and the Scrum Master, they all collaborate, but the developers start bringing in product backlog items into their sprint backlog, right? There's more to it than this, but we're going to stick with this for now. So you can see this particular team. This feels pretty good. We have a couple, maybe these two PBIs are related to the sprint goal. These might not be, or they might be, but we have a sprint goal. We have 4 PBIs. I think we're ready to start. What do you think, Ryan?
I like it. Let's roll.
Yeah. So day one of the sprints there, the developers, because they own how the work is built, decide to bring this PBI in and activate it. This is work that is started. That's in this circle, right? Out here is work that is not yet started. And so the developers are working on this PBI. It comes to the next day, day 2, right? They meet in the daily Scrum. They're talking about progress towards their sprint goal and talking about this PBI that they're working on. And you know what, Ryan? This PBI meets a couple of the criteria for the definition of done, but not quite yet. We still have some work to do on it. Maybe it's untested. Maybe we haven't reviewed it with a peer yet. Maybe something else, right? So then let's say it gets to day 4, and they say, you know what, Ryan? This fulfills all of the conditions of satisfaction or acceptance criteria and fulfills what the product owner would like. And because we just spoke with them about it, and it meets all of our definition of done criteria.
Sweet.
This PBI is done. What do we think now?
We have an increment.
An increment is born.
Yeah.
So the moment a product backlog item hits the definition of done, an increment is born. And that's a new statement from Scrum Guide 2020, but we have an increment on day 4 of the sprint. Now we have some choices. Now we have some things that we can do, right? We could choose to take this and maybe speak with the stakeholders about it, or the product owner could say, ship it, right? Or we could continue on where we're going to continue on with the work anyway. And let's suppose the developers say, okay, we're going to activate these 2 PBIs, right? They work on these PBIs. By day 6, another PBI satisfies the description of it and the acceptance criteria, and it meets the definition of done. Ryan, what's that look like to you?
I think it looks good.
Yeah.
It looks like another increment.
Yeah, and then let's say it happens again. Maybe we're doing a 10-day sprint. This one hits the definition of done too. And look at that. We have 3 PBIs that meet the definition of done and satisfy what the description said, and the acceptance criteria maybe said if that's what you're using. But we have 3 PBIs that meet the definition of done, and now let's say it's we didn't get to this one. That's okay, but we satisfy the sprint goal. Woohoo! Let's celebrate, and we have something to bring in the sprint review, Ryan.
Yeah, we have an increment.
Yeah, we do. And to say also, it compounds with the increments of the past. So we meet this, it meets this definition of done. We go in here, and this is something to inspect, a product inspection. We'll maybe talk about the sprint goal, might talk about these 3 PBIs. But that's what else do you have to add, Ryan?
Yeah, I would just say that every time that a PBI hits that definition of done, an increment is born. When that next PBI comes over, it gets integrated into the first one. Mm-hmm. So it's a cumulative build. So it's no longer 3 individual things. It is one fully integrated increment that meets the definition of done.
Love it. Yeah. Right? Yeah.
And so that's in essence how it should work, right? And I think this language in the new Scrum Guide, the moment a product backlog item meets the definition of done, an increment is born. That's great guidance. We hope this visual kind of makes it clear now that as each feature, each PBI, each item gets to done, it's a cumulative build. And so it's integrated with the previous work. And now you have this new increment. And as you can see, you can have multiple releases, multiple increments all throughout a sprint. And it all works out great.
That's it.
All right. I think that covers an increment for this episode of Your Daily Scrum. Be sure to check out all the socials, like and subscribe so you know when we drop new videos. Check out the videos below. The algorithm thinks you'll like them. We do too. Reach out with your questions. Leave us comments below. We've had a very active community lately. A lot of feedback about different metrics and different stances we've taken as Scrum Masters and leaders. Keep it coming. We love the interaction. We love the questions. The community is awesome. You're helping each other out. Let's grow that, right? So keep it up. And until next time, go forth, do great things. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks, everybody.